boy Kyle. There's a lot of talk, a lot of times online about nice guys. Nice guys finish last. The quotes and I think that depending on what people mean, there's actually a lot of truth to it. Now when I say nice guy, I mean somebody that is virtuous, they're a nice person, they come off very respectable, they have a good reputation, maybe they have a good job, they dress well, they go to the gym, they're fit, they take care of themselves, they work on their social skills, but for some reason they just don't, they're just not able to attract women well. And honestly, over my journey, I found myself in this type of way, and I think I'm starting to crack the code of like what this is about and why this happens. And I want to share with you what I think like the actual formula is for attracting women. And maybe this is going to be a little bit controversial, but I would say the first step is emotional stimulation, emotionally stimulating women. And the second one I would say is domination. That's the part that's a little bit controversial. People will teach, in modern day society, at least in the West, women do not want to be dominated. They want a 50-50, equal relationship, equal power. And I believe that is actually wrong. That women actually want to be dominated. There's a book called 50 Shades of Grey. Search it up. It's the highest selling romance novel of all time, if I'm correct. And it's basically something along the lines of a man and woman dating, and the man turns the woman into his sex slave, and women eat this book up. It's the highest selling book of romance novel of all time. But anyways, so we'll start with emotional stimulation. So women are very emotional, you have to kind of stimulate them if you want them to be attracted to you, and that doesn't really come from being the nice guy, because lots of nice guys are just agreeable. And I'm not saying to be purposely mean to people. Don't be mean, just be open to being disagreeable. And if you see an opportunity to disagree with a woman, I would say you're better off taking that, because when you disagree with a woman openly and confidently, it definitely stimulates her emotionally. A lot of maybe nice guys maybe think that if they can agree with a woman on a lot of things, then she'll feel closer to him. So he's trying to agree with everything she says. Oh, you this way of thinking? Oh, I like that too. Oh, you support this politically? Oh, I do too. Oh, your favorite restaurant's that? Mine is too. And they're thinking that they're getting closer to the woman, but it's actually quite the opposite. Because it's just not natural. If you're agreeing too much, you're probably somebody who's easily manipulated, and women probably since the start of time are not attracted to men who can easily be manipulated. That's why many women, go for the dark triad guys, because these guys are not easily manipulated. They'll go for the guys that are actually manipulators, narcissists. I'm not saying that's right, but they go after a man that can't easily be manipulated themselves, because it makes them feel safe. When a woman feels safe, she feels dominated. We'll go on to that next. And then she feels attracted. It's kind of, I don't know, you could call it evolutionary. I'm not sure. But okay, back to the emotional stimulation part. So be able to disagree with a woman. And it doesn't mean you have to lose your cool. Just be able to tell her nah, you could tell her what is it? It could be anything simple. Like, nah, Universal Studios is way better than California Disney. No way. They got better rides. The rides are more intense. Like, and she'll be like, no, this blah blah blah. I like Disneyland for this reason. Like, and you could say, no, you can't convince me on that. Women just like if you can disagree. All right. Maybe the second thing is like teasing. You know, you can. Okay, first of all this stuff is gonna feed into the domination part at the end of the video, but teasing could be something like, it could be like, what's an example? I should have thought of an example beforehand. But you don't want to be rude to a woman. You don't want to do that. But you could say like, I don't know. I'll try to think of an example later. I'm not thinking of anything, but I think you can get the gist of what I mean. I don't know why my head was going blank there, but teasing. Oh, another thing is not being too available. I'm not saying to purposely be unavailable, but you know, you don't always have to hang out with a woman. You don't have to drop your plans for her. Again, it communicates neediness and ability to basically be manipulated. If you'll drop your plans for a woman, you're too available, it likely means that you're not secure on your track in life. Like, again, a woman wants a man who's strong and focused on his life, and he's not just gonna fall out of off his life plan just to be available with her like all the time. It shows weakness. Yeah, another part is to stimulate a woman is to not be needy. Basically what I was just saying, like, a woman's gonna fantasize a lot about you more. She's gonna see you as like strong and competent if you're not as needy, and that's gonna stimulate her. So that means, like, you know, if a woman doesn't text you back, don't text her saying, oh, I'm sorry if I made you offended. It's not, you're not saying sorry. You know, we know when we do that, we're not saying sorry. What we're really saying is, hey, I need you to text me back because I feel anxious and insecure when you don't. That's really what's being communicated. So don't be, you know, needy. Just wait it out if the woman doesn't text you. Just go hang out with your friends and kind of find ways to forget. Go ask out other girls. Another way to emotionally stimulate a woman is to ask her about what she cares about in life, you know, and be genuinely interested and validate. I guess if you can agree with her purpose in life and what she's going for, just validate it and explain to her why you know her beliefs are right, you know, and care about her childhood, what made her personality up. Yeah. Okay, so now that, you know, the woman is emotionally stimulated, now you have to dominate. Because if you don't do that, like, she won't really be attracted to you, or she's gonna think that you're not into her, or that you don't have the courage. So once she's emotionally stimulated, yeah, you move on to domination, and that can come in subtle ways. It can be any type of subtle way. Like, you can ask her, why are you so short, or like, which is also like a form of teasing. And then you could be like, I bet I can pick you up with one arm, or something like that. Like, that's kind of like domination. Like, you're saying, like, you're below me. another way could be like, you know, like you grab her arm, or like if someone's in like walking, if she's in the way of somebody else, you can like grab her arm and like pull her to the side, or like going in for a kiss, you know, not waiting for her to give you all the choosing signals in the world to go in for the kiss. Just go in for it. Like basically like you're like, I can do what I want. Like this is controversial, I hope I don't get flagged for this, but like a woman wants you to kind of treat her like she's your property, you know, like, because it makes them feel safe. It's not about treating them like property to make them feel like taken advantage of. It's just when you dominate somebody, a woman, she feels safe. It makes a man feel not safe if someone's dominating us. It makes us feel threatened. But the woman is actually the opposite. At least once she's emotionally stimulated, she'll feel an emotional connection to you, and then be more willing to have you like basically put yourself above her, you know. There's just other ways of just being dominant, like if she's trying to basically try to tell you what to do, you should, if you don't like that, you should just basically say no, like I'm not gonna do that. And she might not like it in the moment, but later she's gonna respect you a lot, and then it's emotionally stimulating, and then she feels dominated again, which is actually good. Other ways too, just like basically like having a plan, telling her, yo, I can pick you up at 6 p.m. like this time, blah blah blah. Basically telling her if she's late too many times, basically telling her like, why is this happening, like this is not okay. And yeah, unless it's, you know, understandable, but yeah, because the nice guy doesn't really emotionally stimulate, largely because he's scared. So he just wants to play it cool, doesn't want to say anything controversial, doesn't want to disagree. And I understand it, you know, because like I'm on the autism spectrum, so I understand like why men don't, like if you're on the autism spectrum, like why you get used to playing it cool, or playing it neutral, because you don't want to offend anybody, because you're used to growing up, you know, not having good theory of mind, like not knowing what's going to offend another person. Yeah. Oh, and I guess for also, as far as like emotionally stimulating, like you have to be on the same wavelength as them emotionally. So that means like not trying too hard, because the real problem with trying too hard is like you get off the emotional wavelength as them, the same one. So what happens is that they feel you end up getting on different pages, and you're not synced up. Because like when you want to be emotionally connected to someone, you want to be synced up. So don't be trying too hard to be funny. You're better off being silent than trying to be funny. And yeah, and just go for what you want, because that's gonna make the woman feel turned on and dominated. Like if you want her, just be like, hey, I want to take you out. Yeah, so the nice guy syndrome isn't really the best. A lot of the time it's just self-protective. The man is just anxious, so he's using niceness as a form of playing it cool. But yeah, instead of being so nice, I'm not saying to be mean, but don't be purposely being mean. There's nothing good about that. If you've noticed, I never even said in the video once to be mean to anybody. It's just you need to emotionally stimulate and you need to dominate. So yeah, that's more of the key. Thank you. Emotional stimulation and domination. And I guess you could put stoicness in there as well to make lack of neediness. But all right, peace out, y'all.